Hello, my dear friend. So, welcome to this second part of averages where we are going to solve some questions which will make your concept clear and you will be able to solve the questions in a different manner, like using the equal distribution method. So, the first question is in front of you, which says that the average temperature of first 3 days is 27 degrees and of the next 3 days is 29 degrees. If the average of the whole week is 28.5 degrees, what is the temperature of the last day? So this we'll try to understand and solve it both the ways. We'll first understand this one. 3 days, first 3 days, okay. So that is, if you start with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it is how much? Average, first 3 days average is how much? 27 degrees. And then next 3 days, that is Thursday, Friday, Saturday is how much? 29 degrees. But what they say, the whole week, 1 week average is 28.5 degrees. Okay. So I am going to show you how to do it with the sum method, that is normal method. What I will do is, I have been given the three averages. Now this, out of this 6 days is given, 7 days means total is also given here, and 6 days is given. We have to find out the last day temperature. How do I do it? First one is sum method. Okay, I am going to show you initially so that you will not get confused, but I don't prefer doing this because the answer with the equal distribution method will be much easier. Let us understand. 27 into 3, this is the total sum of first 3 days. Sum of first 3 days. Okay, my dear friend. So how much it will be? 27, 54, how much? 54, then 81, right? Correct? Okay. Now next 3 days. Next 3 days will be how much? 29 into 3. So that will be 30 into 3 minus 3. So 90 minus 3 is 87. This is first 6 days. So if I want to find out 6 days sum, I'll add them. So how much I'll get? 8 and 168. Now the sum of 7 days. Sum of 7 days I'll find. Okay, sum of 7 days is how much? 28.5 into 7. Okay, so 7 5s are 35, and then 7 8s are 56 plus 3 is 59, and 7 2s are 14 plus 2 is 199.5 is the total sum. With the sum method, what we have to do is 7 days minus 6 days, I will get the last day. 7 days minus 6 days, I will get the last day. So 199.5 minus 168 will get me the answer. So how much it is? 0.5 will be as it is. 9 minus 8 is 1. 6, 9 minus 3 is 9 minus 6 is 3. So 31.5. But you can see how much calculation is required, how much time will be required to solve this. But I can solve it with this only. With this only. Now what we'll do is we'll try to understand the equal distribution properly. If I start solving it with the equal distribution method, I will be able to solve it within 10 seconds. How? Say for example, there everybody in this week, everybody has how much? 28.5. But first three people, originally first three people, how many they have? 27, right? They are having less. Yes or no? They are having less. Now try to understand. Once you understand, then it will be much easier and much fun to solve this question. Very interesting. Now this have how much less? They should get what? Plus 1.5, right? They need 1.5 here, each one of them, and these people have how much? They have to be reduced by 0.5 to get it. Are you getting my point? Because now they are going out of the group, so they are taking them. But if I want to include them into the group, actually they are having 29, but what they have done is they have given 0.5 to others. Now what we'll do is, to make it correct, now I do not know this last person how much does he have. Once I arrange this, then I'll be able to do it. So what I'll do, I'll take 0.5 each of them and then give it to these three people, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Getting my point? 0.5 I'll take from him so that it becomes 28.5 and give to these three people 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Now how much is less they from the week? So they will all become, try to understand, they will all become 27.5. So now they need, after arrangement of this, they will need plus 1. Plus 1 means each one of them, 3 will need plus 1. So how much they need? The last one should have 28.5 for himself. Understand this one. The last person should have 28.5 for himself, and then he has to give plus 1 to each one of them. He has to give how much? Plus 1 to each one of them. So how much? Plus 3 he needs. So therefore the answer is 31.5. Did you get this one? Did you get this one or not? If you didn't get it, once again you go back and see. But I am going to, anyways, I am going to explain it one more time. See, with our rule, I am going to solve it here now. With our rule, what should be there? If 28.5 is the average, then everybody should have 28.5. Everybody should have how much? 28.5. But these people are having 1.5 less. They are having 1.5 less. If I add them 1.5, then only they will become average. So somehow they have to get, each one of them have to get how much? 1.5. Okay, and these persons are having what? More, 0.5. So what we'll do, we'll take this 0.5 from these three people and give it to these three people. Now what will happen? This will get reduced. Only understand this one. They are having 0.5 chocolate more, so they are giving it to them. We are asking them to give it to them so that it will be equal. Now still what will happen? They will be having 1 less. They need plus 1 now. Because 0.5 if I add, just understand it will become 27.5 and this will become 28.5. Getting a point? Because they give, they will be reduced by 0.5, so they will become 28.5, which is equal to the, so we will not get anything from them, we will not be able to give them because they are now equal to average. Now these people are having how much? 27.5 now. Once we give this 0.5 to this, now how much they need? They need plus 1. Plus 1 into 3 because they are 3 people. So they totally need how much? 3. 3 extra they need. Each one has to get 1 and there are 3 people. So this last person, we do not know this last person, this very beautiful person. Okay, that is Sunday. That is Sunday should have himself 28.5. Should keep with him, and then he should have 3 more to give these people. Okay, so this 3 will be whatever he will be having, we'll give it to them, so that this will also become 28.5, this will also become 28.5, and the remaining beautiful Sunday will have also 28.5. If you understood this, well and good. If you are not understood, we'll solve some more questions. Okay, this is the second question in front of you, which says that the sum of 5 numbers is 924. The sum of 5 numbers is 924. The average of the first 2 numbers is 201.5 and the average of the last 2 numbers is 196. What is the third number? And the options are given, cannot be determined, has come down, so you just have to adjust with it. Now try to understand. If I see this question, should I go for sum method or should I go for equal distribution method? Please type in the discussion box whether you will solve it with the sum method or you will solve with the equal distribution method. My answer is I am going to solve it by sum method because I see here that doing the sum is very easy. They have already given the total sum. Now when I say total sum, it doesn't look good and it is like there was one error we spoke about in noun. So repetition error, total and sum are both, but here anyways, this is one sum, this is one sum. So we'll take it as total sum. It is 924. Okay, now if I want to do it with equal distribution method, I have to divide it by 5, so the double we have to do, and then we have to do all those things. Instead, what I can do is, first two, these are 5 numbers, right? This is the sum of 5 numbers. I can find out the average easily, that is not a problem at all. But still I want to go for the normal method, that is sum method. Why? I will show you. Then two numbers sum. Two number sum I will directly find out, because this is very easy. 200 double 400, 1.5 double is 3. So 403. Very easy for me to do it. And last two numbers sum 196. Again very easy number. Doubling is very easy. 200 400 minus 8. Okay, so it will be how much? 392. Now I can see that the sum will be very easy. So this will be how much? 795. 795 120 924 will be very easy again, because 120 100 795 plus 5. I am now subtracting. You see, subtracting this from here. Are you getting my point? Again I am doing the sum method. I found out the total sum of 5 numbers, then I found out the sum of 2 numbers, then I found out the sum of last 2 numbers. Now what is the third number they are asking? That third number can be found out by what? By subtracting, okay, 5 numbers sum minus 4 numbers sum. Okay, so to understand it a little more better, we'll just understand this. A, B, C, D, E are the 5 numbers. The sum of all these numbers they have given how much? They have given is equal to 924. A plus B they have given how much? 403. We have found out it anyways. Yeah, they have given average. So immediately we multiplied by 2, we got the average. Sum. And then D plus E is equal to how much? 392. To find out C, what you should do? A plus B plus C plus D plus E minus A plus B minus D plus E. Right? A plus B plus C plus D plus E minus A plus B plus D plus E. Will I get the answer? Because this will get, all will become, now you can see all will become minus, and this will also become minus, so plus, this will go, D will go and E will go, so what will remain is C. That is what I am doing. So the sum of this is 924. Then I found out the sum of this and subtracted from here, right? So I will get the third number. Understood? Now how do I subtract? Now you can see I will add a 5 here. I will get what? 800, and then 124 directly, because it will become 800 and then 924 I have to reach. From here to here I have to reach, then I have to add a 5, it will become 800, and then 124 I will add, and then it will become 924. So how much is the answer? 129 is the answer. Got the point, my dear friend? If I have to do it from the average method, it will become complicated. If you want, I can show it, but don't do this one. I don't prefer you doing this. Sorry, where is this going on? Sorry for that, because it's not very easy to see this cursor and this PowerPoint, so it will happen. Pardon me, I am going to do it again here. So if I do this with equal distribution method, it takes a little bit more time. That is why I said this is much easier. So first what I have to do? So this is equal distribution method, EDM, not EVM. Okay, EDM, right? So I have to find out the average first. If you understood, so we have to find out how much we have to, each one should have. So therefore we will find out the average first. If they had given average, then it would have been much easier. Divided by 5, I told you double this number and then one decimal. So what I'll do, 192 double is 184, 4 double is 8. So 184.8. Now you can see this is a odd number. This is ugly number. After getting the average of all of them, we have to find out how much is the first two numbers less or more than. Okay, this is how we will see. The first two numbers are having average of 201.5. We will see that between them it is 1.5 only, and the last two numbers are having how much? 196. Here you can see that both of them are having more than the average. More than the average. So therefore the third number that will come in between here, okay, the third number that will come in between here will be less than the average. How much less? That is what we need to find out. Okay, it has to be less, that we have already understood, because this is having more, this is having more. Okay, this 2 will remove so that we will not get confused. So 196, this also having more. How much more? They are having how much more, so that we understand how much they will give to third one. So how much is 201.5 minus 184? You can see it is again complicated because the numbers are very awkward. So what I will do is 184.8, to get to 200, what I have to do is 15.2. 15.2 plus 1.5 is 16.7. So 16.7 has to be taken from not one but two numbers are there. So it will be how much? 2, which will be given to this third number. These two will give 16.7 into 2, which will be 33.4. Okay, so 33.4 will be given to the third number. Are you able to understand? This is the equal distribution because they are having more. Each one is having 16.7 more. So 2 will give to third number 33.4. How much is this having more? We can again see here 184.8 plus 0.2 will be 185. So 11.2 is more with them. And this is with the two people. So how much it will be? 22.4. Now this also has to be given to the third number. So how much it should be? It should be 184.8 minus these two. Minus these two. Why? Because to get to 184.8, we have to add to this. Okay, whatever it is having, we have to add. So I am doing it reverse. So how much we have to add? 33.4 plus 22.4 will be 55.8. 55.8. This we have to remove from the average. Then only we will get the third number, because this is it is having, which is taken from this. The third number will become 184.8 only when it be given from first two number 33.4 and this last two number 22.4. Getting the point? So 0, 14 means this will be 9, and 18 minus 6 will be to 129. You can see the now answer is same, but now you see that this is not preferable. This is preferable. You can do it very easily because they have given the sum and the numbers are little bit ugly numbers, not beautiful. Beautiful numbers are having zeros more at the end. Okay, so let us go to this third example now. The average age of a class of 65 boys was 14 years. The average age of 20 of them was 14 years, and that of another 15 was 12 years. Find the average age of the remaining boys. Okay, so let us understand this question. When I see this question, now I feel equal distribution method is much faster for this. How? And there is a trick also which I am going to show you, which will help you to answer these kind of questions very easily. Okay, now what they have given, all 65 people average. So this is the number and this is the average. Okay, how much is it? 40. Out of this, okay, out of this there are three. Okay, so 20 people are having how much? 14 average. So this is average and this is people. So I am writing P here as well, no confusion at all, because both are numbers, you will get confused. So very cleverly you have to do. Now 15 people will have average of what? Average of, this is people again, average of 12 years. Okay. Now we have to find the remaining, they are saying. Now I have to first find out how many people are there. How many people are there? Out of 65, we know 20 people, we know another 15 people. So 35 people we know. How many are remaining here? 30 people are remaining. 30 people are remaining. We need to find out the average. Now if I do this with sum method, I am not going to do this with sum method. Okay, I am only going to give you what you have to do. If you want to do it all, you can do it. 65 into 14, okay, minus 20 into 14 plus 15 into 12. We will get you the answer. We will get you the answer. Okay, this is the sum method. Total, okay, minus whatever they are given. So we will get 30 people sum now. This is also not the answer. This is the sum of 30 people. Okay. Now what you have to do is whatever comes here sum, that sum you have to divide it by 30 because remaining people are 30, then you will get the answer. Sorry for that. Okay, this is how you have to find. But here you can see the trick how easily I will be able to find out the answer. Now out of these 65 people, 20 people are having as much as the average, right? They will neither give to anybody, neither they will receive from anybody. Understood? So these people, if they are there in the group or not, for this calculation it doesn't matter. Are you getting my point? Because they are not either going to give to anybody or they are going to receive from anybody. So what will happen now? Now my group calculation for my equal distribution method will be only for these two number of people, 15 and 30. Okay. So now what I have done, instead of 65, I have made it 45. I have made it 45. Understood? Please understand this design, everything I am doing. I am doing it because you need to understand it very nicely. Now 15 people are having 12. How much they are having less? How much are they having less? They are having 2 less. Right? So we have to add to them 2, right? So these 30 people have to give 2 to each one of them. To each one of them. Getting my point? They have to give to each one of them. So how much totally required? How much is total required to be given to 15? Try to understand. Each one will need 2 more. So therefore these 30 people, how much they total need? They will need 2 into 15, 30. Understand this way, my dear friend. You will thank me when you are solving these kind of questions. So they need total 30. Okay. Now these 30 people should give it. No? Who has to give it? These 30 people have to give. Each one will give 1. Each one will give 1, right or wrong? Okay, each one will give 1. Not 1 will do minus, but we'll try to understand. 1 will be given to them. So if they have to give 1, each one will give 1, then it will be okay, right? 2 people, each 2 people from here will give to 1 people, so that it will be 2 for each of them. 30 is needed, 30 people are there. So one should have, they should have 1 more. 1 more than average. They should have how much? 1 more than average. That is 14 plus 1. So this one will go to these 15 people. Okay. So 1 into 30 will be 30. So 30 people they will get, and then they will have themselves 14. So what is the answer? 15. Very, very easy. Understood? This I would have done within maximum 10 seconds. Maximum 10 seconds. Are you getting my point? So this is how you can solve these questions very, very easily. So let us see some more example. Are you ready for it? Okay, let us go to the next question now. So example is Kamalesh bought 65 books for rupees 1050 from one shop and 50 books for rupees 1020 from another. What is the average price he paid per book? Okay, this is kind of combining which we are going to see later, but we'll try to understand this question. Okay, now how do I see the total average here? 65 books, okay, at 1050. So this is the sum, my dear friend. Okay, and this is the number, right? And then there is 50 books at 1020. Now if I have to do it with equal distribution method, I have to find out the average and then adjust the average, because these numbers are also not same. So it will be difficult for me to do it. So better what I'll do, I'll find out the sum and divide it by the total number of books. I'll find out the total sum here. So this will be how much? 2070, and the total number of books are how much? 50 plus 65, 115. So this you can do. How much will be the answer? How much will be the answer? Let us see. 115 into 1 is 115. So how much will remain? 207 is there. So very careful. So this 85 plus 7 will be 92, 920. So 920 will go somewhere. 920, 115 into 9 into something will be 920. How much? Is it 8? Because what I see here, one, there is only two options here, 18.20 or 18. So 18 has to be there. Into 8 we'll do 15 8. How do I do multiplication 115? 15 into 8. 15 into 8 will be 120. 10 into 100 into 8 will be 800. So 920. So I'll get that direct answer is 18. So answer is 18 here. So this is easier for me to do sum method. Very easy, right? Okay. Next, there is one more question. Okay, this is kind of mains level question. While purchasing an item that costs rupees 400, one has to pay sales tax at the rate of 7%, and on another item consisting rupees 6,400, the rate of sales tax was 9%. The percent of sales tax one has to pay taking these items together on an average is. See this, understand this question properly, and you will be understanding average very deeply. Now what is they are saying is the tax is how much? 7% on the price of 400. Getting? And another tax percentage is 9% on amount of 6,400. When I see this kind of a thing, and the options like this, options, if you see, they are still horrible, but if you see it properly, they are wonderful options. Now when I see these options, I will directly tick 4 as the answer. How? I need to explain it. How? Now see here, first thing, 400 rupees in comparison with 6,400 is less than 1/12. It is less than 1/12. Second, the tax rate on 6,400 is more than 7%. More than 7%. When you see this, we had seen when we were understanding the uh, average, the first question which we solved, there were so many numbers, 302 it was started, and 152, 132, 122 and so on. Did you see that because there was a huge number, the average was going more than all the four of them? That time I told this is very important information. Now you see how we connect it, because that big number was much more than anybody else. The biggest of remaining, it was double of that number. The biggest of the remaining was 152, and double the number was that number. Therefore the average was going towards more than the bigger of the last four. Okay, remaining four. Now here you see, if I calculate, I will be able to find out this, and calculation will be a huge task here. I'll show you how it will become a difficult task. Okay, it will be time consuming. When you see this one, it will be time consuming, and if you are going with that method, you will definitely lose time. And what they are looking at the in the mains examination, this is definitely a mains examination question. They are looking how you can do it with your presence of mind. So presence of mind is very important in this kind of question. So let us see this one. So therefore two things I saw: the number on which the tax will be decided, this is only percentage, so we need to find out the tax value and then divide it by the total number of this, total price of that, then only we will find out this average, right? How do we find out the average? That also we will try to find out. Now what if this will be very tiny number and this will be very huge number? Yes or no? Whenever I find out the tax, this is tax rate, so tax percentage. If I find out the tax amount, tax amount, it will be very tiny number and this will be huge number in front of that. So 4 into 7, it will be 28 rupees. Yes or no? I can do it directly because you know how to do it. So if you can do it directly, then it is much better. Or else you do it whatever way. 400 into 7 by 100. So 0 zeros will get cancelled and 7 into 4 will become, so it will be 28. So that is what I have done here. Here also what I will do is to divided by 100 anyways will come. So 64 into 9. So 64 into 9, what I will do, 640 minus 64, which I learnt when we were doing what? We were doing multiplication. So 640 minus 64 will be 600 minus 24, which will be 576. So we can see here which is a huge number. Now we need to find out the percentage. How much percentage is of the total? That is the average. Average. So this is the sum of tax divided by on which it has been. Now average tax, how do you find out? Now if you ask me what is the sum, which is the number, all these things will become another issue now. So whenever we are finding out of the average tax paid, the tax will be paid on what? The first thing you need to understand, whenever rate is coming, so we will understand this a little bit deeply so that we will not get. Rate means it will be per something. Whenever we are talking about per something, like if you go to a cloth shop, the rate will be 500 rupees per meter. If you go to a petrol station, the rate will be what? Now 82 or 83 rupees per liter. Per liter means 82 divided by whatever liter. So amount divided by whatever liter. Right? Now when I am talking about tax rate will be what? On the total amount. Total amount. Now it will not be sum now. We are going into deeper things. Whenever rate is coming, you will get the average speed. Speed is what? Kilometer per hour. We have discussed what? Meter per, price per meter we have seen. Then we have seen liter, price per liter we have seen. And then this speed will be what? Kilometer per hour. So whenever we want to find out the average of these things, understand, whenever we want to find out the average of these things, we have to always put in whatever price. Say for example, you pay 300 rupees for 5 meter of cloth. Understand this, average, this is part of average and very important part of average. So if you say 300 rupees, you pay 300 rupees for 5 meter. What is the rate? Average rate if they ask. You get it from, say for example, you will get 2 meters for 100 rupees and remaining 3 meter for 200 rupees. Now if I want to find out the average, what I'll do is total amount price. The formula is what? Rate here will be price per meter. So I'll write the amount here, the price, total price divided by total meter. Now number will become what? Meter now. Understood? So it will be what? 60 meter is the average now. Okay. So in case petrol per liter, petrol rate per liter. So again you will see that you take petrol from different. So now the petrol all over India, at least in one city it will be almost same, but there is a little difference between each vendor. Like you go to Indian oil, it will be different, then Bharat will be different, then Hindustan will be different, little bit, maybe 5 paisa, 10 paisa something. But still if you want to find out, what you will do here is average will become what? Average will become total amount, okay, divided by total liter. Okay, this is for petrol or anything like that. Even if you take rice and any other commodity, you are paying per kilo. So there what will be average? Average will be price paid or amount, total amount, not price. Price is actually rate. Amount divided by kg. So that will be commodity. Now this speed, average speed. If they ask average speed, if they ask, what we have to do is we have to total distance divided by total time. Okay, so because this is kilometer per hour, so total time. Now in the present case, what is the tax rate? Tax rate is amount paid divided by what? Amount paid divided by total amount. Are you getting my point? This is tax paid, we can take. Tax amount divided by total amount. That will give me what? Percentage. Is it clear? Is it clear? Right. Into 100 we have to do. So that will do. We have to do into 100, then only percentage will come. Okay. This percentage will come when we multiply by 100. So let us see this. So total tax paid is how much here? 576 plus. So shall I remove these things so that it will be easier for us to solve the questions here? If you want to note down, you can note down. I am going to remove this place so that I will be able to solve the question that is in front of me. Right. Now what is the sum here? Sum is total tax paid. Total tax paid is 576 plus 24 will be 604. Correct? Divided by on an amount of total amount, that price they have paid. Cost, or you can say this can be cost as well. I am using all these price, cost, amount interchangeably because I do not see any difference in them. They are only money. They are only money. This is the tax money I have paid, and this is the total money on which I have paid. So how much it is? 6,800 into 100. If you do, you will get this number. You will get again so much, but if you get 4, even if you get 2, this one is enough. You can see, if I get only 8, that is enough for this answer. Even if you do this method, 6,800 into 8, if I do, I will get the answer. Is that clear, my dear friend? Is that clear? So it will be very, very near to 9. 9 would have been what? 680 into 9 would be 680 and 612. So very, very near. So therefore it will be 8.8 whatever. I did not have to solve this question. You will understand. Okay. But I solved it easily by looking at it with the knowledge that we can solve these kind of questions with using presence of mind. It cannot be 6.825 because it cannot be less than this. Okay, and it cannot be more than 9. The average has to always lie between the highest number and the lowest number. Okay, one more uh, insight that we found. Average will always be, okay, more than smaller and less than bigger number. Try to understand. If any answer is more than smaller, sorry, less than smaller, then it cannot be the answer. If something is more than bigger, it cannot be the answer. Average will always lie between these two, more than smaller and less than bigger. So it cannot be more than 9, that is sure. Now there are only two things, 7.8235 and 8.8824. Now you can say none of these is also an answer, but still you can see that it is very, very near. Now we compare two things here. I am discussing a lot on this question because it is giving a lot of insights, right? The bigger number is much larger, like 12 times, like more than, no, it is more than 15 times, right? It is, this number is 15 times of this, and this number is 1/12, almost 1/12 of this number. So huge difference. And here also you can see that this number, even if it was less than this, then also it would have been near to this only. Okay, if this was less, then it would have been near to this one. Now in this case, what has happened? Always the average will be near to this only. If it is 9, it will be near to 9. If it was 6, it would be near to 6. If it was 5, it would have been near to and so on, right? So therefore this is bigger, so it will be near, so it cannot be near to this 7.8. It is not even middle, it has to be definitely more than 8, because now you can see this, it is skewed towards. If both of them would have been same numbers, if both of them would have been 6400, 6400, then 8 would have been your answer. 8% would have been your answer. So whatever becomes less, this will go towards the bigger number. Getting the point? The middle number is 8, because this is a huge number, so it is going towards this number. So this will go towards 9 here. Got the point? All these things may look like something out of the thing, but try to watch this again and again, because I have seen average will be very helpful. We will be able to solve a lot of questions on the concept of average only. We'll see that thing also. But if you do not understand, don't worry. Don't worry what I am speaking. Go back and watch it again. One thing. Second, when you go to different topics, when I start discussing using the average method to solve the questions, come back here and then try to understand again. Okay, then you will become more and more conversant with the method that I have discussed. What is next? Okay, now we are going into the next type of concept, combining averages, which we are going to do in the next video as usual. So let us meet in the next video.